Always great to be home. I think, there were really good moments where we were playing some of our best volleyball of the season. We had two of the best sets that we've played all year. So obviously not the outcomes we wanted and we're working hard for, but a really good tournament. The Dahlberg looked beautiful. The floor was incredible. That was the first time, in competition. The new floor had kind of been unveiled, so that was really exciting. We had a good fan base. The tournament ran smoothly, so it was a great weekend in terms of just how it came together. And yeah, we're working to get better every day, and I thought we did that slowly throughout the weekend.
Move the mic a little bit closer
Sure.
to you. It's a little bit there. That's gonna. I don't know about how you're doing. A little bit. Missed the Friday game. I'm sorry, but I was there against UTEP, and you guys kept getting better. It seemed like throughout the match, and I know that you still didn't get a set, but it seemed like you guys are improving. Did you feel something similar? Or?
I do. I just, we're really just putting together moments, and then things will slip a little bit, and so we'll have these runs of momentum in our favor where we're putting a lot of really good touches together, and playing really complete volleyball, and then we'll make a few errors or have a few mental errors, things like that, and the momentum will kind of slip away. So it does feel, and I'm sure it feels like to fans, it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride just hanging in there with us right now, but I think the bright spots are really exciting, and the moments that we're putting things together, we're kind of overwhelming teams in those points. I think we have a physicality that is not matched by our opponents. And so, yeah, it's my job to figure out how to get that consistency in practice and train through some of those kind of ugly moments where things are falling apart. But yeah, I see really good things. I feel really hopeful. I still feel a lot of momentum. It's just, of course it's frustrating wanting to string all that together and get that first set win, that first match win, all that stuff.
Another thing I noticed is it seemed like a lot of the misses, especially I'm going to say with some of the younger players, some of the freshmen, were really close. A lot of top of tapes, a lot of balls that were an inch or two out, an inch or two wide that were rolling along nets. Do you like that the girls are taking kind of those aggressive swings? Would you want them to have a little more margin of error, maybe not quite as aggressive of a swing? Or
Yeah.
Do you want them to pick their moments? How do you kind of see some of those?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about that, and this weekend in a lot of the timeouts, I was telling the team I want us to risk it, and I want us to risk it by being aggressive. And so this weekend that meant some near misses, sometimes some bad misses, but I think being under pressure and really being the team to put pressure on the other team, being the aggressor is the mentality we want to have, and I think what'll take us the furthest competitively in the season. Because in the beginning of the year, we were playing some pretty physical teams, and I think we were making choices to just keep balls in play, and it was ending up in just really easy points for the other team. I think in volleyball, to a certain extent, just sending an easy ball over results in a lost point anyway, and so we're trying to learn how to be aggressive, put them at a disadvantage, but we've still got to go for the point in some respects. So we've been having a lot of those conversations, and some of our less experienced players, it takes a while of just doing that in live matches to figure out what that feels like, what that looks like, and where those decisions fall during a real match. So we're doing better and better at practice at it, so that's good.
Yeah, maybe. How do you like that style? Maybe going for the corner instead of placing just to be in.
I definitely have a hard time with it sometimes just because I'm like, I don't want to get blocked or I don't want it to go out, but I've learned a lot in my years here, just go after it, because you're going to wish you crushed it when you had the chance and not got the final point on a tip. I don't know. It's a lot more satisfying when you bang it out the back than when you tip it into the block, so I love it.
Against Bakersfield,
You guys were playing well in that first set, and then at the end, Bakersfield came back and won it. Just can you touch on, does that kill your motivation in the other two sets, and how do you, balance that with not trying to get ahead of yourself and being like, oh, we need to go out and win this first set to win the whole match?
I think personally it doesn't kill my motivation, but I think that it's really hard to learn that, to not let it get you down in the first set. I definitely think that keeping going is something that we're still working on. it is really hard when you are that close in the first set and then you lose it. But yeah, no, we're still working on that, but I don't think we lose our fight. I just think that it might look like that sometimes, but it doesn't feel that way out there.
Janna, Allison talked a little bit about the roller coaster
That's kind of been a little bit at the beginning of the year sometimes that you can advance through, but it's definitely a little bit of a roller coaster for the team as well. But looking back at last season, it was a little bit of a roller coaster then as well. So you've kind of been on the roller coaster before. How does this? I'll say, how does this roller coaster kind of compare, and how is it different to some of the roller coasters the team's been on in the past?
I definitely think that, I don't know. That's like, they're all different. It's all going to be. They're always going to be different. Like there's different people on the ride with you every time, and I don't know. This is exciting. This feels like mine, sort of, and so I think that that's different for me. Is that I felt like I was just kind of riding the wave last year, and in the past couple of years. But this one, I feel a lot more pride with this one, and I don't know, just a lot more control. So I'm excited for this one to just go up.
Kind of going off of that, the first couple of years, you were kind of in and out on the court and everything like that. This year, you're an offensive leader, defensive leader, emotional leader. Just kind of maybe talk a little bit about what that means for you as a senior, and just also what you're able to do as developing some of these younger kids. Just be able to do that as a senior.
That was something I was really nervous about. It's something I've always wanted to be able to do. I wanted to be a leader on the court and off the court. And I've worked really hard with relationships with the girls to be able to do the off-the-court stuff, and that was kind of what mattered most to me. But just like working with Dana and Allie every day for the past few years has gotten me to a place where I can be a leader on the court as well, and I just am really excited that that's also an opportunity that I get to have. I think that's important for your seniors to be leaders in both of those ways. So, yeah, I'm just proud that I got here finally.
Coach, on that line, we talked a lot about the freshmen and how important what you can do.
Yeah, I think what our seniors have done for not only the freshmen but just the program, pushing the program forward, is something that can't be measured. And the way that Janna did it is the absolute right and most kind of honorable way to do it. Is no matter what her role the past 3 years, whether she was starting or on the bench or kind of somewhere in between, she was our hardest worker in practice and hit the details every day. It's in spring at 6 a.m. every day after a loss or a win in the season, no matter what her role was. And so I think in sports, if you can learn the lesson that you don't always know where your opportunities are, but you have to be ready for that when it comes, that's the lesson you take later on into your life, because we don't always get the opportunities we want that we're working hard for, but when we do, we must be ready. And I think Janna is just such a shining example of that. And to have a lot of young players that, maybe some of them are starting, maybe some of them aren't, maybe they will this year and won't next year. I mean, we all go through our own individual ride with that, but Janna's such, a good mentor for people to just always be ready, always trust the process. You never know when it's going to be loving you back, so to speak. And so she made herself ready in ways that has allowed for her senior year to be, just aggressive, have lots of pride in what she's doing, and also take some pressure off, because she knows what she knows what to do on the volleyball court, and then she can add those emotional leadership pieces as well and not be so stressed about, okay, I have to score points. She's scoring tons of points, blocking lots of balls. She's done that piece already. She can lead with her play and then emotionally as well. So that's my dream kind of player to come through, and I think Janna's really taught a lot of young players, not only this year but in the last several years, the meaning of that.
Obviously, there's quantifiable goals for this weekend, but going into the last week of non-conference play, just kind of what's the mindset? What do you hope to get out of the team going into this tournament in Colorado?
Yeah, I think sometimes when you struggle to get the outcome that you want, it can feel a little bit corrosive. It can feel like okay, we have these goals, but this doesn't feel as good as we thought it would, or this process is feeling really difficult, and so it can kind of corrode some of your day-to-day practices and goals. It might have you pull off the gas pedal a little bit at practice, or pull away from your teammate, or just, I don't know, not just be in it confidently in the same way. And so my goals for this group is to remain connected, and that's a nebulous thing, and I know that's hard to quantify, as you say, but I think when we feel that way, when we feel that we're walking towards each other always, we're going to be at our strongest, and that's going to put us in the best place to be consistent, win sets, play our best volleyball, and win matches. So yeah, I want us to almost enjoy this pain right now and this struggle, and have it use it to have us get stronger and more connected, rather than the other way around, whether we pick up a win this weekend or we go however long still learning this same lesson. We got to go through this one before we can move on. So that's my goal, is just to run at the opponent with all of that in mind and enjoy it while we're doing it.